It's week number 1 of Feeding Farmers in the Field. We're on the southwest side of Allen County, and joining me, Paul Neff. Paul, congratulations on being this week's winner. Did you nominate yourself?
No, Dale. My wife surprised me, and she signed me up, and we actually won in the drawing, so here we are.
And as it turned out, she couldn't be here today anyway.
No, unfortunately, her mom's having surgery, so she's at the hospital today, but
Well, let's hope that all goes well. Let's go back to spring then, because it was an unusual year, but it worked out all right.
gosh, the rains just came and never quit. We've never had a year, and Dad says in 86 years he's been farming that it rained all through May and never got in and plant anything. We didn't start till June 4th on the corn.
Now, did anybody in the immediate area get in earlier?
Nobody in our immediate area got in at all until the first part of June.
So you started on corn then?
That's correct. And then when we followed up with the beans, unfortunately then the way the rains were, we had to replant most of the beans. So they're pretty green yet, so it's going to be a little bit before we get into fields on that.
Now, did you get everything planted?
No, I've got 2 fields, a little over 100 acres that are prevent plant. So I guess it's an opportunity to get some wheat in the ground there at a decent time.
And that's coming up maybe even later today.
That's correct. Yeah, we hopefully get in the ground this afternoon.
Now, down on the home place, you said your dad bought or moved in on the farm when?
Oh, Dad's lived here his whole life. The family bought the ground in 1853. And in the 1870s or 80s, they put up an old granary, and it's kind of neat because right next to that's our existing grain storage, and we're adding a grain handling system, a grain leg right now. And then later on, we're going to add a continuous flow dryer and a surge tank to increase our speed up the time of handling the grain, because it's always a bottleneck for us there in the fall.
And this year, who knows how long that bottleneck might last. Also, tell us about you're running a conventional non-GMO crop.
Yes, we've tried to watch the bottom and top line. We watched the bottom line, buy from AgriGold and put an order in August. We get a 12% discount, so it helps the bottom line. And then in the fall, when we sell it, we get a 40-cent premium at Cargill, so it helps the top line there. And then everything's just got so expensive, and so we like on our chemicals, we've always bought from AG Buffer since the late 70s, and it's always had the best prices in the whole area.
So any idea what the crops might yield look like, or what would you optimistically say might be out there when you get through this year?
Wow, it looks like they're all over the place. Some of the better ground that we got at a decent time, it looks like it's going to yield pretty good, because we were fortunate. Farmers are always optimistic, and we got the rains kind of every week, so they were able to fill out pretty decent. But then some of the later fields don't look quite as good, so it should average out to be halfway normal year.
So we'll hope for a late frost.
Definitely. That's another area we're fortunate in. This warm weather's keeping that frost away, because these beans that wouldn't be too good.
Mother Nature may have a sense of humor after all with record heat last week to be able to move this crop along. I've been visiting with Paul Neff. He's our winner in week 1 Feeding Farmers, and we're just on the southwest side of Allen County.